We've been running a corporate identity campaign for about 4 years, and it really run its natural course. It needed to take the next step forward. So we worked with Tartan Paint on a new kind of project, a corporate identity phase 2 really, and came up with a huge amount of ideas for what we could do with that campaign on a whole number of different levels, from advertising to face-to-face interaction to stuff online. What Tartan Paint did for us is, again, very much a partnership arrangement. They came in and worked with us through the existing brand campaign materials, and then came up with some general directions that it could go in, and then work those up into what I remember about 160 different kind of ideas, put in different kind of buckets to go through. And I think 40 of them were pretty much ready to go. There was a large percentage of that 40 which were great, could have gone into the, in terms of print or online, could have gone in either gone online or gone into print the next day. So that's the way I'd like to work, to have 160 ideas where we say half of them are for the trash, 40 of them are not for us, and 40 of them are just spot on. And I'd much rather work in that kind of way than have 3 different platforms, 3 different concepts. And so I'd say that the value of that creative process was just much more than anything else I've ever experienced here. Tartan Paint is different from other agencies, both in terms of the partnership approach that they take, the level of creativity, and the fact that they're the size of the agency, being a smaller player, allows them to be more nimble. So we're constantly working now with agencies who are either part of a bigger group, and within those groups there's an awful lot of cross-selling. So you always have the feeling that you're having new products being pushed on you or being sold on you. And almost always when the agency puts you in touch with someone else, it's a sister agency, right? So you get a feeling of there's a kind of incestuous relationship. I think there is a new model emerging in our industry, and I think Tartan Paint is reflective of that model, where you say there is, in marketing, there is going to be a creative agency that works with us, and then at the point that we have the right ideas, the right direction, the right strategy, and some of the right creative, then we're going to choose who we're going to bring in just to kind of scale that up, to turn it into something that looks and feels like real advertising, and find a distribution partner for that as well. But we'd rather work with that creative hothouse first, and then go to the bigger players who've got the networks that you need in the distribution model last. And I think that's what Tartan Paint, how Tartan Paint is very different from other agencies out there. The approach was a partnership. It was a group of consultants who came in and almost literally became part of our business, both in the renewables project in Transformer and on the brand project work. And that, for me, is something very refreshing, and certainly I've kind of set out with other agencies we work with and saying that this is the kind of relationship that we expect. So that's very different. I'd say the other thing on all the projects we've worked with Tartan Paint on is the level of creativity. That the approach is very much, let's generate as many ideas as possible and then distill those ideas into the ones that fit. So there's no fear in going in a direction which might not be right, because it's worthwhile trying that out to see, to find the space. And that is hugely refreshing in an agency relationship. I would have absolutely no hesitation in recommending Tartan Paint, and I can say that very much from my heart. The time that we worked together with together Shell and Tartan Paint was really some of the best times that I had over the past 18 months in my professional time here at Shell. And that partnership element is so key there. You feel like you're not working with an agency, you feel like you're working with colleagues. And there's a high element of fun as well. So there was certainly, on a personal level, not just with me but with other people in my team, very good connections with the individuals there, and we had fun. And I think putting fun into a creative process only improves the outcome. I would summarise the experience of working with Tartan Paint with a few words. Partnership is one that I've mentioned a lot. Creativity is one which certainly springs to mind, and I'd say the last one is fun. Those 3 words are the way I would summarise the experience with Tartan Paint. And if I wanted to be especially complimentary, I'd say value add as well.